Kakong Idashisha Nongrang IPS, kala Shimti ya Shuki Director General of Police DGP, hadirin balasong tait no u Dr. LR Bishnoi haka khat khandai tarik jemang. Hakani kasngi baningkong bakane kalong kumi kala Shimti kum ka DGP bathamai jaga jela, kala ya kundu banyamir jengmut bat kinong tho Khubor ka jela, halor ki babun ki phang bakathmu ban pendep naphang. Ka DGP bathamai kala jubab daga jing phu samarkhe ya ki jingkli bajuat bat bakkelan baki nong tho Khubor kilabu hakmat jongka klem da kular ban penkela khongtong ya ki a baki pat ba ki shem bat ki yakendu haka imlang sa lang paman kasngi kimat ki ba kani ka DGP bathamai kalabu hakmat ban matphang haki jingtre jongka kilong ban wanra bat penrung haki pulit ke jela baki dei ki nong tre nak benta ki pat ba ki badan ka akor ka jing ngolem bat ki babat ya ka an bat ki ba pentre kam ya ka kalau ong bakan ya le kat bala bante ya ka nam ka burom jong ki pulit khnang bakin yo ya ka jing burom jing shania bat jing e ki pat ba kala ya ro eki perton Meghalaya police ki bala tre minut ya la ki kamram haka jing pahara election duties shaki way pat ki jela jong kari India kumha Orissa Delhi bat Madhya Pradesh. Kalau ong bun ki jela ki kwa ya ka Meghalaya police panyarap ya ki hakipor bandang wan.
I was just discussing this with some of our officers before I came in here. Cybercrime is something that we are very limited with. Thankfully, one of the positive sides of the fact that we do not have that good connectivity is that the level of cybercrime vis-a-vis Meghalaya is not as high as in some other states, especially when you talk about frauds, whether it is bank frauds, whether it is people being duped into giving information about saying or transferring money, etc. Cybercrime is something that we're working very closely with the government of India. I4C has been coordinating. We do have a number of nodal officers. There have been a number of SOPs that have been put in place. But like you said, despite all of this, we've seen an increase in cybercrime. So yes, that would be another focus area. And we have sent some people in for training for hunting, but cybercrime is such that it's such a fast, it keeps evolving. One modus operandi is being used in one instance, 2, 3 instances successful, then we move on to something else. So we have to keep updating ourselves on that also. So that is something that is an ever-changing challenge, and we are trying, but not very much success on that.
But is that
is one of the biggest challenges that is facing us now. Meghalaya police has long had a history of being one of the most disciplined, one of the most well-behaved police forces. In fact, let me share with you that we at the moment we have 12 companies of the Meghalaya police doing election duty in various states. They've been moving from one state to state. At the moment, they're in Delhi for the last phase of the elections, which will be happening voting will be happening on Saturday. When they were in MP and when they were in where were they sent earlier? Just before MP? Orissa and Bihar, not Bihar, but in Orissa and in MP, there was a lot of appreciation for Meghalaya police and the manner in which the force was disciplined enough to be sent on continuous duty. Now that kind of discipline, that kind of devotion to duty is something which is actually inherent in Meghalaya police. I think I just need to rework, revive, reinvigorate the police in that. Not only at the level of the constabulary, but more importantly at the level of the officers. Because as officers, what has happened is we've started to work in silos. We've not been really communicating with each other in the same building. We are sending memos to each other, which certainly doesn't lead to any kind of camaraderie or any kind of esprit de corps. So I would be looking to mitigate that situation, and also to be working to see that our accessibility to the people is much better. And like for example, we have a women help desk in each police station. That help desk does do what it is supposed to be doing. Priorities would be the basic policing, that is maintenance of law and order, prevention and detection of crime. And of course, we would be focusing on areas which we feel have the trends are much more disturbing. For example, if you look at crime against women and children, especially crime against women, we have seen rather than, despite all the efforts that we've been making over the years, there has been no decline. There has been, in fact, an increase. And we would like, well, we have tried to reach out to various organizations, even at various levels, whether in the district level, whether in the Thana level. We haven't been able to have the kind of not the feedback, but the results that we had been hoping for. So I feel that we need to have a relook at how we will be going about it, and maybe rethink and rework our approach towards tackling such issues.
Ma'am, you are the first female DGP of Meghalaya. So, what will be your focused area, and how do you see this?
Like I've said to other colleagues of yours, I don't think the female DGP is any criteria for or qualification for being DGP. The fact of the matter is, I've put in more than 30 years of service. So DGP, I don't think female is anything like that. But yes, as one of the I hate this first thing business, but as a female officer, as a woman, I feel very strongly that women have a very different perspective, and I will try to use that perspective to ensure that women themselves feel much better. I mean, feel much safer, not better, much safer, and improve the accessibility which we have, which I know is very. There's a lot of room for improvement on accessibility of the police to the public. I can talk to you about how the government investment, as you say, 2 years back. But I presume at that point of time, yes, I would say yes, it was not as much as what we had wanted. But I've been told that in the last couple of years that there has been an increase. So I will look into that and see whether we need to go back to the government as to whether there is necessity for augmentation of that.
How equipped is the forensic lab in Meghalaya, ma'am? Because
that
in many cases they have to go outside the state.
I think that there has been improvement in that, especially when it comes to NDPS cases. But for the other cases, we still have to send out. Our ballistics and chemicals division, I know, is pretty good. We are not sending cases regarding that out. But when it comes to forensic evidence, when it comes to DNA or anything like that, then we do have to send it out. And also, cybercrime forensics is not so great at the moment. We are working on that. I had mentioned earlier, we are trying to drill down and see and focus on what are the issues. Because in some cases, in some districts, we have seen an improvement. In some districts, we haven't. For example, take for us, we at one point of time we have been trying to identify the hotspots. At one point of time, it was Jaintia Hills, East Jaintia Hills more than anyone else, and then surprisingly West Khasi Hills. But West Khasi Hills, when we had focused on West Khasi Hills, the kind of a special team was constituted just to look into crime against women, especially POXO cases. It did show a lot of improvement, but somehow the momentum we've lost. And we need to have that's why, like I was saying earlier, we need to have a relook and a rethink as to maybe there's something that we could do better. There are some things which we need to change, but that I would be able to talk about only after some time, not immediately. When it comes to intelligence, we always feel that the less said, the better. So I would not like to comment on how we go about collecting our intelligence. But rest assured that intelligence is a focus area for us, and without intelligence, we will not be able to really do our duties to the extent that we would like to.
Ma'am, how do you see the law and order situation in the state?
Could be better. That is what we would strive to improve.
Ma'am, how will be your approach towards the drug menace in the state? How would you approach it?
That is a concern that we've been having a lot over, especially in the recent past. It's very disturbing, especially to me, because with my experience earlier in Jaiti Hills, and subsequently in East Khasi Hills, Shillong was usually a transit point, but now it's become a consumer. And despite all those seizures and everything we've not really been able to make a dent into actually the supply system. While there have been very commendable efforts by the ANTF in some cases, but in a number of cases we've not really taken we've not been able to take the action that we needed to take, and we've been faulted at a number of instances in court. Our cases have not held up, so that deterrence factor is not there. Yes. The drugs and the issue of drugs, especially the increasing crimes related because of the drug usage, especially amongst the youth and different sections of society, that is a concern which affects not only us, but it would affect not only our generation, but it would. I've seen what the effect that drugs has on at least 2-3 generations after this also. So it's something that we need to work together very closely, not only with the law enforcement and the other agencies that are involved in the fight against drug, but also especially with the families and the society at large. But we would like to drill down to the families, because one thing I've noticed about us is we like to talk about it, but we don't really do much about it. And when it comes to my family, it's okay, no, it's not to be discussed.
The social